So if you had to start from scratch, what would you do? That's the email that I got. So here's what I'm going to do if I had to start from scratch to build up my business all over again.
How'd you do that?
I see that success is not something you pursue, it is something you are.
I wrote this whole thing down to say, here's everything that I would do if I had to start from scratch. Like literally everything just went away. I had to start from scratch, no website, no nothing, no pictures, no videos, and I literally had zero zippo nada. What would I do? So the first thing that I would do is, one, if I still have the information in my brain that I have now, okay, good. If I didn't, meaning I literally started from scratch and my memory got wiped, what I would do is I would first get a freaking coach. I would get a trainer because I don't want to waste time doing the wrong things. And doing the wrong things like creating a one sheet, working on my logo, just useless things like that. These are the wrong things where you think they're right. It's like, oh, let me create a one sheet. Oh, you've heard it a million times. You think it's right, but it's 100% wrong, 100% wrong. And so I would get a trainer or a coach to say, look, dummy, don't do that. Focus on this. So that'd be the first thing. So I'd make sure I start off doing the right things. A perfect example of this is my whole AdWords experience. I remember when I first started AdWords, because I wasn't smart enough to hire someone or to learn from other people, I just went in and just threw money in. I lost a whole lot of money. I was like, oh, $500, oh, gone. Another $500 gone. Another $500 gone. And it just kept happening until I finally said, you know what? Maybe I'm going to smarten up, get someone to kind of help me out on this. So that's the first thing that I would do to make sure that I actually speed up the process. The next thing that I would focus on is I would build my image. I would focus on my image because it comes down to, do you look like you're worth paying for? So I would focus on building my image. So everyone says speak for free. And yeah, you want to speak for free, but you can still get on stage faster than speaking for free. And the way you do that to get on a stage faster is to pay to be on a stage. So if I just start from scratch, I know videos, no footage, I know that I need videos, I know I need pictures, I know I need testimonials, I would say, how can I get one within like a month or within a couple weeks? I would say, let me just pay to be on someone's stage. Now, I would get video footage instantly. So I paid $500 to be on someone's stage, spoke, got video footage of me in front of a couple hundred people. Bam, I got testimonials. I would get testimonials from people at the event. So I immediately have like 20 testimonials. I would put everything on the website. So I create the website, put everything on there, and I would only pay for like 2 or 3 events. So once you get 2 or 3 events, you're good to go. You have all the video footage, all the testimony, everything that you need in order to get other paid gigs. So I would do that just instantly. Couple weeks, I'd have my stuff already. I'd have my brand. Now I would build an outbound sequence. So this is something like the Event Finder system. I would build an outbound sequence. And so you have to think in terms of just generating leads. So I would think in terms of, how do I fill up the pipeline? Most people would say, oh, maybe I'll create videos and I'll do inbound stuff, but that doesn't work, especially at the beginning. Not even the inbound gurus did that at the beginning. And trust me, they didn't do it at the beginning. It's always outbound. It's always you contacting somebody. So after I got the video footage and I paid to be on someone's stage, I would now focus on the outbound sequence. And there are little details like how you mess around with the CRM and all that, but you got to think in terms of, how do you go from lead to money in the bank? So what's the process? I would build an outbound process from the lead to money in the bank. Next thing is, inbound would be an afterthought. So if I were to do inbound marketing, if I were to create videos, if I were to create content, that would be an afterthought to the outbound marketing. So many people love inbound. They're like, let me do Facebook Live. Let me create YouTube videos. Let me do all this, and I'll build my business from scratch. Everyone will just see me and all that. Trust me, that is not how it works. Just trust me on this one. Don't waste your time just spending so much time doing that. If you want to build a business, you got to have an outbound process. So I would focus on the outbound. If I did do inbound, it would be an afterthought to the outbound. And I would make sure that I had an accountability coach. And the reason for this is because you want to wake up every single day motivated, ready to go, ready to hustle, ready to just work on your stuff. And when you have an accountability coach, it essentially forces you to engage in the right activities. So you know, okay, when you talk to your accountability coach, they say, hey, how many people did you contact this week? Did you contact 100 people yesterday? Did you contact 100 the day before? How many people did you contact? And you're like, well, maybe not as much. Well, now you're like, damn, I need to step up my game. Whereas if you don't have anyone to keep you accountable, what usually happens is you wake up and you say, you go on Facebook, you're like, oh, let me check some Facebook updates. Oh, let me check my email. Okay. And then you don't get anything done. Versus the accountability coach, he kind of forces you to get things done. So that would be the process that I would go through if I had to start from scratch. So number one, I would essentially say, okay, who has the right information that I need? That way I can just pay for it and just start doing the right things from the very get-go. That would be number one. Number two is I would focus on building the brand. I would build the brand by paying to get on someone's stage so I can just immediately get video footage, get testimonials, get it all really fast. Then I would build the website, put all that stuff on the website. Then I would have the outbound sequence. I would build my outbound sequence to know how I go from lead to money in the bank. And if I did inbound, then I would start thinking about some inbound stuff. But inbound would just be an afterthought. And I would make sure I had an accountability coach to make sure this person is saying, hey, are you keeping track of your metrics? Are you making sure that you're getting things done? Are you making sure that you're getting on stages? That's how I would start from scratch. Bam!